So let's now discuss where you might actually use Polypipe's range of pre-insulated piping. For your average installer or small house builder, you would typically concentrate on generally sizes between 25 and 40 millimeters. That would usually be on the heating, whether that be on the heating double or single, and potentially quad pipes as well. Where you would normally use these would probably be to replace existing pipe work that's going from an outbuilding, such as like a garage or something where the boiler is positioned, but it's actually not attached to the house. And you might need to replace that existing pipe work that's already in the ground because maybe it's obviously been there for quite a while. So obviously in that instance, you'd be able to put one of our pre-insulated pipes in the ground. Historically, people would have just put a drainage pipe in there with the pipe work inside it and then insulated it. Whereas now we've got this great product that will do all of that for you. So that's one example. Another example would be that if you have a summer house or something at the end of your garden, but you wanted to, or like a games room or something like that you would like to put some heating into, whether that's some underfloor heating or something like that, you'd be able to put our pipework in the ground, lead it all the way down to that, and then obviously that would all tee into the existing boiler system that you've already got. Other options are, which obviously we're seeing a lot more now with all the changes that's been going on with building regulations, is the use of air source heat pumps and ground source heat pumps. So with an air source heat pump, you'll tend to find that they do make quite a bit of noise, obviously normally attached to the side of the house, so you'll get that noise and vibration and things like that. People are starting now to look to move that away from the property. So that's where our range of the double heating pipes would come into it. We also offer a quad pipe as well that has basically got, rather than having the two sanitary pipe work as you see here, they've got electrical cable ducts in there, so you can actually duct all your sensors and your power through that as well. So you can have all that in one duct that goes there. So you'd actually be able to position that air source heat pump away from the property, maybe next to a garden shed or something like that down the bottom of the garden. When we start talking about ground source heat pumps, again, that would also potentially feed into it as well. But also with ground source heat pumps, you have collector pipes in the actual ground, which are obviously collecting the geothermal energy. That geothermal energy would then need to be insulated after it's been gathered from the ground. So normally you would then have a pre-insulated pipework that would then take it into the ground source heat pump, and that would be on the flow going in, and then you'd also have that on the return coming back as well. And typically that pipe work would normally be the cool pipe work as well, because obviously the ground is not going to warm it to such a high temperature, but that's what you would normally use for that application. So that just gives you an idea of some of the applications that a normal self-employed installer or small house builder might need to use those for. If you're only doing a couple of properties and they're out in the sticks, as it were, then that's where you might use these in that application. To find out further information on our pre-insulated piping systems, please visit www.polypipe.com/heat-networks.